Hey Soul Tribe, Tracy here, Sweet Spot E-Magazine. Thank you so very much for the likes, the shares, views, subscribes, comments, donations. Latasha, if I didn't thank you yesterday, I'm thanking you today. Thank you so very much. We're going to ring this bell, clear out this energy, and then we'll see what the message the Spirit has for us Saturday morning. Truth is hitting the fan. Almost like shit. Shit hits the fan. Truth hits the fan too. Bottom of the deck. Something is coming back around. Somebody wants to spin the block. You're recovering from something. You know, it's like this is something you're recovering from, something that somebody they did. They lied to you or something. They lied on you. Are you recovering your inheritance? Hey, J. Mike. Because you know what? You had this unwavering faith. You knew that you would. You knew that it was the energy that you put out that was going to be returned. Hey, K Hyphy. Something about you in the past have been burnt by the sun. Like whether this is trying to get close to a person or trying to believe something in the past, you had been burnt by the sun, but now you know better. Now you know better. And you know that everyone has free will. Everybody is free to do what they want to do, however they want to do it, how much they want to do it. Hey, High Priestess. There's somebody else who needed to really connect deep within. They needed to use their primal instincts. You know, they needed to be able to look beyond that immediate situation, like looking past today, past tomorrow, into the future. Yes, that way that person would have been able to think clearly. They would have listened to that voice of reason, and it would have enlightened them to as to where they were going to end up today. But somebody didn't. But now they're understanding that, you know what? Even they are mortal. And death is going to overcome us all one day. It's like something about you being real or authentic. Something about your authenticity. You're so organic. You know, I don't know if it's, you don't, the way that you eat, the way that you dress, you don't use makeup, you don't put on, you're not trying to be all flashy. It's something about you, confirmation. This is what somebody was looking at, you know, and whatever it was, this person in the past, they held a grudge against you and they refused to let it go. And a grudge for what? You and I, we will really never know. Not only did they hold a grudge, but they got other people on board too. They tried to get everybody on board, the bandwagon, the hate train, because they wanted to bring you down. This person, they didn't want to just harm you or hurt you. This person wanted to scar you for life. They did this, whatever it was, over and over. Whatever types of mean, inhumane acts, they did this forever. Like they wouldn't stop. This was a ritual that they performed often. Because it's like, and the reason they had to perform it often is because you kept forgiving this person. You knew that love conquered all, and that was just you. You're natural. You're organic. You're authentic. You're real. You know. You know you're not going to hold a grudge. You know that, hey, everyone makes mistakes. But like I said, this person, they wanted to end you. They wanted to end what you have inside. They wanted to scar you for life. But it's funny now that this person, now they're at a place in their life where they need help. They need a lot of help. Somebody's looking for guidance. They're just looking for an answer. They're looking for you helped this person before in the past. They were in the position before in the past that they needed some help. They were over their head, whether it was, their life had changed, and they couldn't make something or meet something or do something, and you told them, hey, the easy way to get around this or what you need to do. It's like you were in that position before, and they were in the position before, but they needed your help. As soon as they got that help, they went right back to trying to torture you, trying to scar you. Hello, it's just Robbie. Hey, James and Biscuit. Hey, Saida, how are you? But you know what? Even back then and today, even though this person needs your help again today, you still are standing in high honor and nobility. You still have those those standards. Do unto others as you want them to do unto you. And if I can't help you, I'm damn sure not going to hurt you. That's still true of you today. There's nothing that anyone could do or nothing that anyone can say that would ever change you, because that is just you authentically being you. Once again, this was somebody who hunted you. This is somebody who purposely tried to hurt, harm, and scar you for life. But now that person has met their last day in the sun. This could be somebody that's in your family. Not only in your family, but this is somebody who had a title in your family that was telling other members of your family to follow suit after them. Hey, Cher. Hey, Malcolm, how are you? This is somebody who was telling people, no, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. Treat them like shit. It's all right. It's all right. They like that. We don't mind. Because somebody, they was just rebelling against you. No matter what you did, no matter what you said, this is somebody who wanted your life to be a total shit show, a total nightmare. And now it's funny because the person that they need some empathy and sympathy and kindness and compassion is still the one that they preyed on. Is still the one that they tried to take out. They've been watching you. They've always watched you. That's not going to change, and it won't ever change. But this person is so damn thirsty for your help right now because they don't know what they're going to do. They are desperate, to say the least. This person, they just want some reprieve. They want some help, and they're hoping that you can help them. They're hoping that you can help to take the karma off of them, help to ease the pain and the suffering that they're going through right now. Because they know who you are. They know you have supernatural powers, and they don't even know how you do what you do. Every time that they came against you, every time they tried to get the group against you, they sat there and they witnessed how you always made it through. They have personal evidence that no matter what they did to come for you, you always made it through. Like I said, this could be a parent. This is supposed to have been somebody that was there for you, on your side, wanting you to succeed, supporting you, encouraging you, loving you, guiding you in the direction that you really needed to go. Hey, Latasha. Thank you. I'm glad I did. Hey, Aisha. And see, now somebody, it's like they want to call you. You know, it's almost like having to pick up the phone and make that call. It's like somebody is contemplating that. It's like they couldn't sleep at night. They can't sleep at night because they know that they need your help. They know they don't know where to go. They know that there's no one else that's going to be helping them. And they don't know what resources to look for, or who to ask, or who would provide an honest answer. This is where they're at. Even though they made you feel like such an outsider, because like I said, this person, they worked against you. They tried to sacrifice you. They wanted to scar you for life. Hey, Galactic Goddess. Somebody who could not, did not, would not try to control that monster within themselves. They didn't care if it came out, if it tore you to shreds, if it disrupted your entire life, if it made you lose everything, because that's what they wanted to happen to you. Now someone is asking for forgiveness. Now they want to apologize because they need you. Even though this is somebody who's still truly against you, but it's different now because they need something. They need you. This is somebody who's always been jealous of you. You know, you were always the person that followed the rules, lived by the 10 Commandments. You read, you would pray, maybe you went to church all the time, maybe you watched church TV, maybe you read your Bible, whatever it is, but you always try to instruct people and help people to be the better them, for them to live a righteous life. You were always the truth teller. You was always the one that would say, no, 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 this is not the way to go. Or no, you know what? Yes, I did make a mistake. This person didn't like it because you was willing to tell on yourself when you did something wrong. Always courteous, always giving, always kind. Even when you're pissed, even when you've had enough, you're still kind. Hey, Braxy. Hey, Lightworker William. Now somebody wants to see if they can manipulate you. Manipulate you so that they can use you. And possibly this time succeed with doing you. What's the message? I'm just hearing something about, I dreamt this. Somebody dreamt that they was going to need your help. Somebody had a dream, and it's like they brushed it off. They remember it. Now somebody's like, I dreamt. Oh, here we go. Oh, thank God we're back. We're back. Yes. Thank you, J. Mike. Thank you. Hey, Faith, how are you? What's the message? I feel it coming. Yeah, somebody, here it is. Yeah, they want to call you for help because, like I said, they just want to manipulate you so that they can get to where they need to be or get back to where they need to be so they can continue to try and do you wrong. But you know what? For some reason, I feel like this person is being put on front street. Like everybody is able to see what they're doing. Things are different for this person this time because you're different. You're no longer in that same energy that you used to be when you were so willing to help, so willing to jump in where angels would tread to fear. I mean, fear to tread. Something is different now. It's not working. People are actually turning their back on this person. Yes, because they see that this person was trying to sacrifice you for no damn reason. You were purposely the outsider. They wanted you to be the outsider because they felt if you were alone that they could easily attack you and they could easily get others to attack you. And they would make up all these lies, these wild stories so that people are like, "What? Oh my gosh, you're kidding." Grab my pearls. And then they would want to try and would want to try and attack you and leave you, and but people are starting to wake up. And I'm hearing that song, The Age of Aquarius. People are waking up because times are changing. What was hidden in the dark is coming to the light. Somebody that this person went to before, and this person was trying to help, they see now how this person was the problem because they were trying to be a problem in their life too. That manipulation. You can't make this up. They was a problem in their life too. They could not control that monster that they had within themselves. People are starting to see that. Let me get one more. One more. Thank you. Yeah. But see, with you, it's like they feel like you are different. They feel like you're gonna come to their rescue. Because you know what? It's like you are a consistent person, you know, and they feel like you have that enduring loyalty or that long lasting love. Like I said, if this is a parent, this parent feels that you are going to have that soft spot for them because they are a parent. You know, you're going to be like, well, I don't want my parent, and the Bible says honor thy mother and thy father. You know, so they feel like they can come to you and they can, you know, cry a river and you'll be like, okay, I know that you've been trying to take me down. I know that you've been trying to take me out and you've been trying to harm me, but come on, let's do a group hug here. I don't feel like that's it this time. I feel like you're fine being the outsider because you know what this person has done, and it's enough is enough. And you also realize this person is not trying to work on themselves. I'm telling you, somebody feels like, you know, with your the way that you practice the commandments, the way that you honor God, that you would never tell them no. You would always say yes, no matter what kind of position, condition, no matter how big the sacrifice you were for their little plan. And they're hoping that you're still going to be that same person. But I feel like it's different this time. This time you're fine with being the outsider. This time you are going to allow them to find their way, just like you had to find your way. Bottom of the deck. Confession. Somebody wants to tell you something. Hey, Susan. Hey, Hertero 9. How are you? Davinia, how are you? Someone wants to tell you something. Oh, they want to tell you about this narcissist, but you already know, and how this narcissist was trying to manifest this shit over your life. And something about this water sign has been looking out over you, I don't know, I just kind of feel like somebody was kind of looking out, or they've been looking at you. Hey, 007 Maniacs. Yes, this water sign has been looking, and they've been doing some spying. And they finally realized that it was this fire sign that was attacking you. And that's why you chose to show caution. That's why you chose to remove yourself. And this is because it was this fire sign. I'm telling you, this fire sign is expecting this air sign to help them. They just said they would just need to give it a little bit more time, because like I said, this parent, they look at you like you're a pet. Like, how you can yell at your pet, you can be mean to your pet, but your pet is always going to be loyal to you. That's how they looked at you. But see, something has changed, because this earth sign started moving away. And somebody decided that they was going to, they needed to travel. They needed to come towards you for help. But even with that, they know it's going to be a gamble. Because right now, somebody is replaying everything that went on. All the conversations, how, the instances, all of that. And somebody sees that it's just time for them to move on. Just like you, Sasha. Go. Y'all, let me put her outside. She is on that last nerve this morning. Go outside. Go. Go. Go on. Outside. That little girl there. Ooh, sorry, y'all. Her little behind. Ooh. Yeah, somebody decided it was time for them, after thinking about and reviewing everything. They said that it's time for them just to move on. There was no, somebody, and then this person thought that whoever was helping them, before they got to a point of desperation and they needed to reach out to you, they felt like, okay, well, I'll just say something to kind of smooth it over and we'll be good again. But now, somebody said, no, this is over. This is over. Because, like I said, they can see that this person is bringing grief to them too. Not just them, but let's just say that this was, because we saw that creator, let's just say that this was a parent or somebody and they had to move in. Now they're moving in with this person, but this person that they're moving in with is now seeing, wait a minute, my home was peaceful until your ass got here. Now your ass is here and I'm fighting with this person. They're fighting with this person. That person's fighting with me and this and that and the other. And they putting two and two together and they feel like this is the reason. This is the person. This is who's causing all the shit. That's why somebody said no. Somebody wanted to even talk about it. No. They don't even want to talk about it. They don't have nothing left to say. There's no need to talk about shit. They want to sit here and talk about, well, we have a close bond. We owe each other something. We're family. We're this, we're that. Somebody's like, fuck that. My intuition is letting me know exactly who you are, and you was a motherfucking lie. Hey, Doria. Yes, someone's guardian angel, someone's passed over loved one is watching out for you. Especially because they know that this person that wants to come towards you is just a gold digger. It's just looking for an opportunity to get in so that they can sit here and do some love spells on you and who you're close to, just to create some challenges, which is going to just put you right back in the same cycle that you just got out of. And they feel like they just need to be a little patient with you, because let you figure yourself out. Let you get over it. Maybe they can test the water to see if you're still upset. But you've already made up your mind. And it's time to let who this person is go. Put some distance in between. Somebody feels like, you'll be back. They'll be back. They ain't going too far. I'm their mama. I'm their daddy. I'm their this. I'm their that. They ain't going too far. They'll let me back. But then there was somebody else. You know what? It's like you decided to not let them back in. Instead, it's almost like you opened up your heart to love yourself, to protect yourself, to guard yourself. And this is why now you are receiving good health. Because if had you opened up your heart to let them back in, they were going to affect your health. It's like someone is remembering a time whenever they were going through a lot of health issues. This was happening, that was happening, this was happening, that was happening. Whether it was surgeries, whether it was hospital stays, whether you was just down and out, whether it was, during COVID, whatever it was, somebody was going through a lot of health issues. And now that somebody is out of their life, now that you turned your back and moved on from someone, now all of a sudden you have a clean bill of health. That's no coincidence. Those health issues were no accident. That was not just something that, that's weird. Hey, Tyreek, how are you? Yeah. Somebody really wants to talk. And you still saying no. There's no need to talk about anything. And then that close bond that they want to say that y'all had, or this, I'm your parent, I'm this, I'm that. You even decided to let that go. No confirmation. You were somebody totally different than who they knew before. Someone totally different than who they thought they knew. It's like whenever you really started to get to know yourself and not the person that this person told you that you were, it's like, you're like, oh, no, I don't feel like this at all. I never felt like that. Especially since you started to have to, you started rethinking everything. Like, who am I? What are my beliefs? What do I put up with? What am I not ever going to put up with? That's why you don't want to talk to somebody, because you've already talked to this person. You've already talked time and time and time and time and time again, and it never seemed to make a difference. So why now? You already knew that this was a narcissist who's going to try and manifest chaos in your life. Somebody wants to, like I said, they want to travel to you. They're willing to come live with you now that they have nowhere else to go. But they see that that's a no-go. They can't even do that. They don't even want them traveling to you. What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? Thank you. Thought I saw one or two flip over. I did. Yeah. Like I said, somebody, they think that they can get you back, that you'll be back. You're going to miss them. You're going to want to try and get together to say, hey, let's get together, see how you're doing. So that they gives them another opportunity to cause some chaos in your life. But you know what? This time it's different. This time there's distance for a reason. You had to repair your heart. You had to repair your heart. Hey, Touche. It wasn't just about opening your heart. You had to repair it. And this person that's been doing their research, checking things out, finally opening up their eyes to finally see what the hell is going on. Like I said, this person now understands why you left the entire situation. It could have been a whole family that you divorced yourself from. And the reason was because your intuition was telling you that was no family to you. Any relationship that you had with these people or with this family or with this person, it's gone. There's no need to carry on. Let's see what the tarot has to say. Bottom of the deck, 4 of Swords. Yeah, there's no need to carry on. There's nothing left to be said. This person left you out in the cold. You're good with that. You went and found warmth somewhere else. You got your life together. And now that's that. Somebody, and whoever, we saw that there was that water sign that was looking at things. Now this water sign is starting to add things up. They starting to look really closely at what was truly happening. And they see that somebody was trying to control how other people saw you, interacted with you, how they was trying to have other people fight with you, how somebody was trying to control this entire situation and not just hurt you, but to scar you for life. They wanted you and the way that you feel, the way that how loving you are, they wanted that to change forever. They wanted to bring out the worst in you, because all you did faithfully was try to display the best in you. They wasn't stopping. This person was unstoppable. And they're ashamed of how they acted, especially since they need you. Especially since, you know what, you was able to gather your strength and carry on. You was able to, let all of this go. You're not even holding a grudge. You just know what you know, and that's it. You're not going to sit here and try and make it seem like, oh, well, maybe I was wrong. I did get these 10 swords out of my back. Maybe they didn't, maybe it was, I don't know, maybe it was a bird that was flying, throwing swords at me. No, you know what the fuck it is that you know. Hey, Naveen, how are you? Like I said, for the longest time, this person was celebrating your losses. They were celebrating your, the, the mental anguish that you had. They were celebrating your broken heart. They were celebrating, you could barely rub two sticks together to try and stay warm. They were celebrating all of that. And now somebody, they feel like a fool. They have nothing left. All they have is what's here. They have nothing left, and they need some help. So they want to come and they want to give you this little flimsy apology, because they know that you are the one and the only one that can help them, even when they left you out and they gave everything to everyone else. They're hoping, they're praying, they hope that you will be like, of course I can help you. I have been waiting for this day. You know what? Okay, you have your own room. Wait. Just drop your little hobo bag on the floor. I'm going to take you to Neiman Marcus and Saks, and we're getting ready to go shopping. You get whatever it is that you want. And then we're going to go to the furniture store. You can pick out whatever it is that your heart desires so that you can dress up your room however you want it. No, fuck all that. That shit ain't happening. That shit ain't never going to happen. If they wanted that shit to happen, they should have treated you better. If they wanted to have a welcoming response, they should have treated you better. If they wanted you to have nicer shit to say about them, guess what? They should have treated you better. But you cannot sit here and try and take out my collective, do them wrong, hurt them, harm them, and then plan to scar them for life and expect somebody to be there for you when you had a dream. That dream was that you was going to need one day too. Just like when they was a baby and a little child and they needed you. Hey, Jolynn, how are you? Yes. They even separated you from somebody, you and your boo. This is somebody who did the worst to you. They did the worst to you. And now they want to come, they want to, kind of like barge their way in. You know what they was doing behind the scenes. Like, hey, I got a great idea. Hey, how about let's all of a sudden get close? Let's all of a sudden become closer than close, like a family. Shit, sounds great, but you should have hit somebody up 30, 40, 50, 60 years ago. Not now. Where was that family back then? I feel like the King of Pentacles wants to travel towards you, because everything that they thought was going to happen is not happening. They thought that the wheel of fortune was going to be traveling in their direction or going and and their benefit, but that's not happening either. Because I feel like this King of Pentacles, they through several cycles, and it could have been several lifetimes. They watched somebody attack you. They watched you have to protect yourself and defend yourself. And you know what this person did? Not a damn thing. Nothing. Now everybody can see. Like I said, it's different now because the truth is out. Everybody can see what was going on. Everybody can see what seed somebody was sowing. And that devilish way that they've been, that's been called out. That's been called out. Like I said, this person tried to attack somebody else's family. Somebody else was doing good, but then whenever somebody else came, then that's when they started having problems underneath in their own neighborhood. This is when they told this magician, this witch, it's time for you to go, bitch. It's time for you to hit the road. That's when this person didn't know what they was going to do. They didn't know what they was going to do. Like I said, somebody wanted to come to you. They got a good idea that now all of a sudden they want to treat you right. They want to do this, they want to do that, and they wanted you to welcome them with open arms. Hell to no. You like, I ain't got shit for you over here because you ain't never did me right. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know where you need to go, but you don't need to be here. You got to find that shit out on your own. The fact that they were a hidden enemy is enough. The fact that they wanted you to do bad, that's bad. But the fact that they were trying to take you out, cast you out from this entire family, they wanted everybody to be against you, not just in the family, in the whole neighborhood, the whole city, the state, the country. That's what's sad. The fact that they were sitting here trying to attack a star because they didn't want you to be seen as the star. And it was their wish fulfillment. It was their dream come true that this was going to happen to you. Confirmation. Now somebody feels like they have to gather some strength and they have to swallow their pride so that they can come and ask you for forgiveness and ask you for a favor. But God said, no, let that ass go. Turn your back on this person, because you already know what the fuck somebody was trying to do. Now, this is where they're at because this is where they place themselves. They can't sleep. They don't know what they're going to do. And they find themselves on the outside of that house that they used to be in because they got themselves all fucked up trying to fuck up somebody else's life. And you know what? The thing is, when you so busy doing wrong to somebody else, even when that person leave, it's like that devilish thing inside of you. That's not going anywhere. That's still there. You still feel like you have to fuck with somebody else. They can't get to you. Okay, they're gonna get to Susie and her family. Oh, okay. Susie and her family said, no, fuck that. Bye, bitch. Okay, now they're gonna go over to Roger and Helen's house. Next thing you know, Roger and Helen, they arguing amongst themselves, and they like, we was never arguing until this bitch got here. Yes, they sitting here thinking, wait, we didn't have any issues until that bitch got there. And that bitch is the one who caused all the problems, all the drama. This is why they see why you had to protect yourself. You spoke up and protect yourself, and you wasn't afraid to really get down and dirty in the dirt to protect yourself. Everybody sees now that, you know what, you rose to the occasion. And this is why people are respecting you now, because you rose to the occasion. You didn't allow somebody to tear you down, to overburden you, to make it seem that, you know, to lie on you and all that. You didn't allow somebody to do that. People are seeing the truth. Not just seeing the truth, but they are changing their opinions quick, fast, and in a fucking hurry. Especially since they watching karma come in real time on somebody's ass. You used your own intuition. They want to come and they want to apologize. Somebody wants to send you an email. They want to send you a letter. They want to send you a card. They want to send you a text. They want to send you something, but they want to apologize to you because it was your truth, your honesty, your integrity that knocked this that you know you stood for your truth. You wasn't backing down. And now that somebody else's world is exploding, you're still standing in your truth. This King of Wands is looking at this Page of Wands. And this Page of Wands is looking at this King of Wands. It's almost like this King of Wands is thinking back to the past when they was immature, you know, or younger, because they still immature. Like they was thinking about when they was younger, when they should have been there to try and use that stick to protect you, bop that bitch on the head with it. They never did. They were so worried about their stick, and that was it. And now they're an old person still worried about their own stick dick. That's it. There was no love. There was no loyalty in this family. None. And somebody's learning a lesson about karma. This King of Wands is really like learning a lesson about karma. Not just the King of Wands, but everybody else too. Because the confusion that they thought it was bringing you, that you don't have any confusion. You see what's true. There was no need for them to think that they was ever going to be able to trick you. What's the message, Spirit? What is the message? Now they want you to be that giving person to the family. You know, I'm hearing somebody say, give until it hurts. It hurt. It has already hurt. And we have already healed ourselves from the hurt. So we're not going to go back to no fucking hurt. That's not how shit works. What's the message, Spirit? Yeah, somebody they couldn't stop. They were so egotistical. They were such a bully. That's what this person was. Let's just call it out. There was a bully. And they tried to bully you. Isn't it funny how the person who treats you the absolute worst is the one who needs you in the end? Even if that person never calls you, you were the one that they actually needed. Whether it was your wisdom, whether it was your time, whether it was your kindness, whether it was your compassion, your empathy, your sympathy, whatever it was, your money, whatever it was, just to give them a ride, just to give them a blanket, just to encourage them, they needed you. But they never, ever, ever thought that they would. This is why this person's life is not moving forward. Because they sat here and tried to attack you. What's the message? Yes, somebody was trying to attack you. And this person, now this person is all upset, oh, because of my family. What family? What family? What family? There's no love here. There's no love. So what family? Somebody need to ask themselves that. This person wasn't even true to herself, let alone be true to you. Yeah. Wasn't true to herself, let alone be true to you. Didn't even want to look at you, that you was a gift. You was the gift from God. All this person had to do was appreciate it. But no, this person was so busy trying to do some snaky, sneaky, rough, raw dog shit behind the back. You're behind your back. And it wasn't until this person actually was affected, that's whenever they realized, oh, they was also now affected. Ain't that something? Somebody can watch you go through some shit and act like they don't see no shit. They can listen to all the confusion, all the lies, all the hidden alibis, and act like they don't hear a motherfucking thing until it affects them. Then they heard everything that needed to be said. That couldn't get nothing past them then. But when it was you and only you, oh, they didn't want to get involved. They felt like there's nothing I should do. Now somebody's upset and they can't sleep because of how much control somebody was how somebody was trying to control their life. Yeah, it's different now, huh? Now that somebody came in and they started working on somebody else's household, somebody else's family, somebody else's life, now that somebody else was a sacrifice, oh, it's different now, huh? Yep. You see, somebody sees, they understand now everything that they worked on in the dark, everything that was working on in the dark, because you see the light shining on what this person is working on has come out to the light. And this is why this person has to go. People don't even give a shit where they go. They just said leave because they was tired of somebody bringing chaos to them. This is the person that was bringing the chaos. This is the person who was supposed to have loved her children. But this is the one who was bringing the chaos. And like I said, somebody just sat back and watched. Like, oh, well, this person feels ashamed of themselves too because they knew that they should have stepped in to protect you as opposed to watch some shit go down. But they felt like it wasn't happening to them, so why get involved? They had that motto, let me save myself. I can't save the world, but you can't save your child. You can save somebody. You can speak up to something, some bullshit that you see is going on. That's what you can do. You may not be able to save the world, but if someone is telling the truth and you see, if somebody was sitting there telling that, you owe it to tell somebody the truth. And if somebody's telling you the truth, you owe it to yourself to listen. Like I said, they feeling it now. Now it affects them. Whereas before they had their eyes closed like they couldn't see shit. See him with his eyes closed? Like he couldn't see a motherfucking thing. He can see it now. Eyes wide open right now, huh? Seeing everything. All the chaos, all the confusion. What a big cacophony. They can see it clearly now. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I don't know why that song is in my head. Jolene, I need you to come on with the songs, girl. Because I know if anybody know, you know. Jolene is our Soul Tribe song person. She knows every song. I'm convinced she knows every song under the sun. She knows so many songs. I'm like, wait, what? I have to look it up on my phone. Like, oh, okay. What's the message? Hey, AJ Craft, how are you? Right. Thank you, Lightworker William. Yes. Thank you so very much, Lightworker William. What's the message, Spirit? Yep. Because somebody has to go within. They need to reflect. They need to find themselves. They need to go deep to understand what the hell they was doing. What the hell they was choosing not to look at. Why they was choosing to ghost any and every situation, especially now that the truth is out and they got to defend themselves. Ain't that something? Now the shoe is on their foot. Oh, now it means something. What's the message? There's too many. I'll take these though. Yeah. Now somebody's questioning why didn't I say something sooner? My intuition was telling me, why didn't I listen to my intuition? That's what they're wondering. Why didn't they listen to their intuition, especially when they saw somebody trying to attack a star? Especially whenever they knew somebody was trying to not give to you equally. Especially whenever they knew your ass was telling the fucking truth. Somebody want to get jack slapped into next week. Because you know what? They thought that if they just kept quiet, things would work out. No, ain't shit working out. Ain't shit happening. Ain't shit happening. They realize now that you was battling generational curses. And somebody was trying to perpetuate some shit. Somebody was really trying to scar you, hurt you, harm you for life. They didn't want you to feel like you had a life. They wanted you to feel like you had to survive all the days from the date of birth until the day that you are no longer here. That's what they wanted for you, survival. Barely. While you're out alone in the cold, no friends, nobody to talk to, not even a phone, no covering over your head, no food, no nothing. Just sick, busted, and disgusted. Well, I hope that they are appreciating that, because that's exactly where they're at. Sick, busted, and so fucking disgusted. And you looking like you're radiating sunlight as the sun comes through. They see you're happy. They see that you have everything that you need. And everybody else is looking at this person. And this person is sitting there with their head in their hands. They can't sleep. It's hard for them to eat. They nervous. They scared. You know, this King of Cups thought that they was doing something noble when they wasn't doing shit except acting like a little devil themselves. How do you sit there and watch somebody else get abused and not say anything? We need to ask ourselves that. Is that being human, or is that being inhumane? How do we watch somebody attack, or this group attack somebody, and not say anything, not stick up, not stand up, not say anything? And then how do we have this judgment come upon us because we chose not to do anything, and then want God to secretly somehow save us when we chose not to do anything when we saw how somebody was trying to control a situation with everybody else and how they was trying to gang people up against you. When we knew somebody was lying, when we knew somebody was being a secret enemy, when we knew somebody was trying to take you down, how do we not fucking stand up for the truth? Because that's going to affect us too. We don't get to sit here and watch some shit happen and be like, I think I'm going to be okay if I don't say nothing. I think I'm just going, let me see if I can file my nails. I hear some confirmation. I hear somebody getting abused in there. Somebody screaming, help, help, I can't breathe. Help, they're killing me. And you're like, oh, is that indigo blue? Or is that baby blue? Let me see. Let me see if I can do some online shopping. Let me think of what I need from the grocery store. I mean, like, come on, who does that shit? At some point, someone has got to say, you know what? What if this were me? What if this were me? What if this were me? But even if we do say, what if this were me? And we do help, I'm going to tell you what happens. Because I did this before. I was watching somebody getting abused in my family, getting cast out, somebody was lying, making them look like they was just a clown, a throwaway person, somebody whose heart really didn't matter, somebody whose life was just indispensable. It was like, if they live, they live. If they die, they die. No, I stood up. I spoke the truth. And you know what the narcissist did? Turn the tables on me. But you know what? Go ahead and turn the tables on me, because it's you who are the one who's going to have to suffer in the end, not me. God likes and appreciates honesty. God likes a cheerful giver. And I was giving of myself, honestly. I had empathy and compassion and love. I was not going to sit there and watch somebody else be abused. But if that person wanted to turn it on me, because you're going to feel it in the end. I hope you like it hot, baby. Yes, this narcissist, I hope they like it hot. All of these lies came out. Somebody like, damn, why didn't I say anything when I saw it happening? Oh, shit. And then they wanted God to bless them with whatever they was working on to come in. They was hoping that was going to come in. No, not at all. Zip, zero, zilch, zanada. Too bad. What they did get was everything that they helped somebody else put out. What came back around to this person was all the energy that they put out. Now this person is sitting here being bullied by the same people that helped to bully you. Now somebody's sitting here trying to think of some little excuse that they could say that sounds credible, but it's not going to be believable. And they're watching you, panicking because they need help. Right, exactly, J. Mike. Yep. All of these attacks, these rumors, these lies, all of that shit was against you. And now that somebody sees how they said something against you to make somebody else look good, now the truth is out, Now God has blessed you beyond measure. You got everything that you want. You got everything that you need. And they wanted you to be the one whose life was turned upside down, like you was alone, you was emotionally imbalanced, psychologically imbalanced, didn't have, like, you couldn't manage any money. Now this person is understanding that they should have let some shit go a long time ago. They should have let this grudge go. This need to control, this need to harm you, scar you, hurt you, belittle you. They should have let that shit go a long time ago. What's the message? Yeah, somebody. And see, this person that attacked you, did you know they tried so hard to put you out in the cold? No, that's not it anymore. That shit is over. You're finding warmth. You were on the inside finding warmth now. What else, Spirit? Okay. Yeah, somebody had a real wake-up call. That alarm went off. And now somebody's understanding that, as far as is that family life, the family that they had, it was gone, and maybe turned their back, and they're hoping that family comes back in. They're hoping that somebody comes back so that they could have that wish fulfillment, so that they could have that stability, so that they could have that family. Like I said, somebody now, they understand they need to come up to you, and they actually need to verbalize an apology. They need to verbalize an apology for working with this person to try and take you down. Especially whenever they saw that you know what, you were their happiness. You was the family. You was the family. That all your ancestors are on your side, not the side of that fucking liar. How they learned in the lesson, they should have stood 10 toes down with you and helped you fight against somebody who was sitting here trying to make it so that they turned the world against you. Like, who the fuck does that? Hey, Yvette, how are you? Who does that? And brags about that shit. Mentions that shit. Talks about it. Who does that? Like I said, they had so much to say about you. They had a lot to say about you. But isn't it funny how it all comes back around? See, now that shocking clickbait that they were saying about you. Oh, let me tell you about Collective. Oh, Haunted. Let me come here. Don't tell anybody that I told you. If you do tell somebody, just tell them Alerted Birdie told you. But anyway, let's get down to business. And then she this and he that and this, and then they was doing, yeah, yeah, honey. Let me tell you something. And I saw it. You saw all of it? Well, I didn't really see it, but I heard it. What's the message? Hey, Bianca. Right, non-humans and no humanity. This is somebody that, you know what, you recognize from a past life. This was a cycle you had to end finally. And you had to trust the signs. Your power to influence was growing. You had to trust the signs. See, they didn't want you. This is what it is. They recognized you from a past life, and they knew you were always destined to be great. You was always destined to be a star, and they wanted to stop that. They wanted to stop that. They didn't want you to be able to close this cycle, to get rid of them, to be like, bye, baby, bye, bitch. And they definitely didn't want you to be no overnight success. They wanted to stop all of that. And this person is so triggered because you know what? Whatever you had to tell them, you said it The motherfucking end. No motherfucking filter. You was like, I'm the right one and the wrong one, all wrapped up in the same one, bitch. Let that person know that they need to do some shadow work on themselves. They need to, that's what they need to do. Chop, chop, get busy, bitch. Do some, get yourself busy doing some shadow work on yourself. Look at yourself in the fucking mirror before you sit there and try and talk about what somebody else ain't doing, because this person wasn't taking care of themselves. Want to be triggered? Go ahead. Don't nobody give a shit. Don't nobody give a shit if you triggered. Shit. What's the message? What's the message, Spirit? I know that's right, Jolene. I feel the same way. Nobody is invited to come near me from my past, not without an invitation from me. I say, if I don't send for you, you better not come from me. Okay? Because I'm not going to start no shit, but damn it, I sure the fuck I'm going to be the one to end some shit. I done had enough. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Let me recharge. Enough of that damn toxic love. Somebody done had a wake-up call, that relationship that they thought, oh, my sweet granny, or my sweet this and my sweet that. No, that wasn't no sweet. That was a devil. That was a wake-up call somebody had. Like, oh shit. They wreaking havoc in everybody's life. Exactly. Not just, they was making it seem like you was the one. You was never the one. The two or the three. It's time for them to really take a close look at themselves, to work on them. Because everybody they reaching out to is leaving them on red. Don't nobody want to help nobody like that? When you go around town causing havoc, when you go around town bullying people, trying to sacrifice somebody so you can look good, so you can get some motherfucking clout, you know how stupid you make yourself look? You know how bad you make yourself look? Like your inner, like you need to heal your inner child. Because that's all it is just immaturity. Somebody thinking that they could now slide into your inbox. You can slide in and you're going to slide right the fuck on out. They want to get next to you now because they feel like you having a big break. You ain't worried about this motherfucker at all. You was like sipping on that coffee like, yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah. Like I said, leaving somebody on red. You ain't even reading the whole shit. You just skimming through. Yep. Somebody had to learn the hard way about breaking cycles. But they learning. Lesson has been learned. You was the one who broke that cycle. And now that, like I said, it's a past life experience. Now they starting to wake up and recognize they having a deja vu moment. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? Now you waking up. See? If people was just a better human, if they attempted to be a better human, there would be like not such a big bump whenever they finally fall from the sky and wake the fuck up. They wouldn't have a big bruise on their ass or on their head from bumping it, because you was already awake. You was already being human. You was already having compassion and showing empathy. You was already making sure that no, none of my watch is nobody gonna be abused. I'm not gonna allow somebody to be attacked I'm not going to allow somebody to mistreat, especially if I know this person didn't deserve it. Hey, Malcolm, that's not going to happen. Not on my fucking watch. And if I got to be on the outside, then that just let me know I did the right damn thing. Because I shouldn't have to be, trying to help somebody, and then all of a sudden everybody turn on me. Somebody needs to be a part of their own rescue too. And you still have to protect you. What's the message, Spirit? Yep. Somebody's hoping that, this could be about a Gemini. This could have been about some lovers. But something is divine timing at this point. Especially somebody was feeling, Edgar Allan Poe, that book called The Telltale Heart, how he killed somebody, chopped them up, and put the heart in the floorboard, because the floors were made of wood back then. Put the heart in the floorboard, and then the police came around asking questions about that person, and he felt so guilty. All he could hear was that heart going boom, 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 to the point where he ended up losing his mind and telling on himself. Well, that's what it is. It's like your family was out for your blood. Somebody in your family was out for your blood. But you leveled up. And now here they are trying to entice you to come back. Somebody, they needed to humble themselves. They needed to express that they messed up. Because you know what? That you are not even seeking revenge. You ain't even seeking revenge. You wasn't even thinking about this motherfucker. But they got played by the devil. They allowed the devil to play them. I'm telling you, somebody is going through some financial burdens. This is the same motherfucker that stole from you. Well, all money ain't good money, motherfucker. How about that? Now they got these emotions welling up. Oh, they want to cry. Does this witch want to cry for causing all this mess? Oh, who gives a flying fuck? Y'all gonna have to catch me tomorrow morning between the hours of 4:30 a.m. and we'll say 6:45 a.m. Those are my non-cussing hours. But the rest of the day, it's gonna be just like today and yesterday. What's the message? Yeah, something about your grandmother's house. Maybe you felt that's where you felt safe or something. Something about you being like free like a hummingbird. Maybe whenever you was at your grandmother's house, you felt a lot freer. Or maybe it's your grandma's house that has you, that is your grandma in her house. That's your grandmother's fucking line. I don't know. You tried to help somebody, but they said no. They looked at you like, yeah, okay. That's when you was like, okay, fine, motherfucker. Bye. And you wrote them a fucking Dear John letter. Now this motherfucker hope you call. They hope you call. Call for what? You need some help? Dial these numbers. 911. Or you can call 411. I don't give a fuck who you call. But I'm not calling you. So he said they was too busy for you. They ain't too busy now. Because that Jezebel and that player that they was hanging out with, now they don't want to be bothered. See how that worked? See how that worked? Ain't that too bad? Then they had all that shit to say about you. This motherfucker had all this shit to say about you. But they never said it to your face. Say it to my face. Because they know you are not afraid to get down. That's why you wear this crown. Don't ever try to compete where you don't even fucking compare. Think it's a motherfucking game if you want to. Now they feeling the heat. They trying to hide. They trying to run. Where you going? The game is just getting started. Where you trying to go? Where are you trying to go? This is some passion. This is somebody who got faith that you're going to have some compassion for them. Please. And now they're trying to be salty as fuck. This is the same person who was married to her pedophile adult boyfriend. And I just see I spelled pedophile wrong. Spelling pedophile like it would be pedicure. Yeah, they did black magic on the wrong one. And this shit is over. Give them that sweet spot gang sign. 2 of these and 1 of these. This could be a fire sign in Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Then now they want to come and sing like a canary because everybody know what the fuck they was doing. They've been seen and exposed. The gig is up, baby. The gig is up because they threw you under the bus. Now this person got to get back to work and they got to work on themselves. They want a hug? Tell them to go hug a fucking tree. Go hug a tree. You need a hug? My baby out there just barking at everything, everyone. Can't nobody go by my house. Damn. This girl, I have to bring her in the house in a minute. I know her throat be hurting her. Hold on a second. I thought I heard something on the side of the house. Have me get out there. Her barking at me, yelling, "Hey, get away from my..." Just kidding. Oh, what's the message? What's the message? I told you, somebody ain't dealing with this. They told this somebody, whoever was being helped, they was like, it's time for you to move. Bye. And then somebody else was watching somebody do some fuck shit to you. They a guilty bystander. They just as guilty. That's why they getting some too. This is why you have trust issues. I'm telling you, this could have been siblings competing with you. They didn't know. They was outranked spiritually by levels. But now they're laser focused on you. And they wanted to give you all that burdens. They wanted to make you the emotional garbage can. You was like, take your shit back. Yes, there's something divine that's happened. Something better is coming. Something better is coming, and they can't stop it. Now somebody feel like they stranded on an island alone. Okay? Just like you used to be. And everything that they trying to do was put on hold. Just like they wanted for you. Just like they wanted for you. Hey, Lies Never Stuck. How are you? Hey, Beatrice. How are you? Yes, their witchcraft backfired. Yes. I love you more. Oh, I'm sorry, Cher. I'm sorry that you're feeling sick. I pray health for you. A speedy recovery, honey. God's gonna, lay down, take a nap, just meditate, thank God, and whenever you wake up, you'll feel a little bit better. Oh, Davinia, you just left the hospital? I'm sorry about that. See, this person thought that they were so smart, they were stupid. They sat here and stole the cubic zirconia and left the diamond. You was the diamond. They stole the fake shit and left the real shit. Now that's stupid. You the star. Who the star? You the star. Who the star? Baby, you the star. They stole the fake shit and left the real shit. This wicked old hag, they know time is up. Been up. They just now feeling the effects. Karma just finally pulled up in the driveway in the El Camino, honked that horn. This could have been a jealous ass sister involved. And they was a willing participant. Don't forget that part. Now they got to do it alone. Now they have to do it alone, just like you did, in order for them to grow. Just like you did. Hey, this is a goose and a gander type of thing. They could have the initials I, J, K, and L of their first, middle, or last name. Just like you did. You had to go this whole road alone. There was nobody supporting you. There was nobody helping you. There was nobody saying, hey, I know you thirsty. Here, as you jog on by, take this bottle of water with you. That way you could have something to drink. No. They was like, you want this? You know, that was making it rough on you. Yes, they lost their own game, and they lost. They played a game. They made up the rules. They made up the game, and they lost. And here you are, the Empress, always giving an encouraging message. This is what they want to come back to. You know, but you had to tell them, stop blaming you for their own fucking insecurities. And everybody's pissed at them because they played everyone in the end. Now, like I said, people are waking up and they're like, wait, we didn't have no problems in our household until this bitch came. That was it. But you sat there and you handled that shit like a champ, baby. You never let them see you sweat. You handled it like a champ. Hey, fresh from a nap, how are you? What's the message? What's the message? I like how in the comments and I think it was a video from either late last night or earlier yesterday, somebody had put in there, and I said that this person must be feeling guilty because they was like, you are lying. I'm reading energy. I just said, you know, you must be feeling guilty about some shit. I mean, I don't know who you are, but we're gonna pray for you, you know. And then don't get in here acting the fool. Don't get up in here acting the fool. I will kindly ask J Mike to kindly, quietly go to the back of the room, close and double lock that motherfucking door, and then all the Soul Tribe members, we will lay hands on you spiritually to make sure we can get that demon up out your ass. You know, we'll be like, just to make sure you okay. Don't come up in here acting the fool. That's when you're going to know the block is hot, baby. The block is hot. The block is hot. I love that song. Somebody's inner child needs some attention. Hey, Diesel Gravy, how are you? Yes. And here you are, the star of attraction. That's what it is. You know, somebody need to learn that they got to be one with themselves. They have to work on their inner strength. And this person been cheating for years. They want to sit here and make you a promise. Sure, as many times you done broke your promises. People don't realize that their word is their bond. That's the one thing that people can count on. When you say you're gonna do so, even if everybody called you a liar from a little child up, even if they call you a liar, but nobody can prove that you ever lied because your shit is backed up by truth. Okay, it's not just you say no. When it come out, everybody see you was always telling the truth. That's why your word is your bond. The bond that you got with yourself and God. God's gonna work all that other shit out for you. Hey, Angelina, how are you? What's the message? What's the message? Yep. Somebody always knew that you was telling the truth. They always knew that you was telling the truth. Mm-hmm. Yep. But here they are acting like they was Satan's helper. That's all that was. Acting like they was Satan's helper. I guess they'll choose better next time. Maybe, maybe not. Now they want to sit there and say they didn't mean what they said. You let it come out your mouth, didn't you? This is whenever somebody understands that they are toxic. They are unhealed. They got dark energy. They're very devilish. Talking about I didn't mean what I said. You let it come out your mouth, didn't you? And if you did, and then you had all these days, weeks, months, years to apologize, but you never wanted to apologize. But it's okay, because you tried to warn them. They don't want to listen. So if they don't want to listen, we're not gonna make them. All we can do is protect ourselves, love ourselves, be a part of our own rescue, and that was it. All right, y'all. Let me go see what my little dog is doing. She done barked up the entire neighborhood. Ooh, this girl. And I will be back this afternoon. If anybody needs me to lay hands, bring them to the front. Bring them to the front. I love all y'all. And we'll see each other in a little bit. All right, Jay, Mike, enjoy your straight eight. Everyone else, thank you so very much. Thank you, Lightworker William. The soul archetype, love you more. Bragsy, I love all of y'all. All of y'all. All of y'all. All right. And I will see you all soon. See you in a little bit. All right. Bye now.